Hello everyone, it's the first Sunday in February, and so of course it's time for a new prompt in the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium. Now the prompt for this month is Masterboards and Backgrounds. You requested it last year. We asked what you wanted to do during 2021. The most popular thing was creating a junk journal, which of course we did last month. Second most popular was doing Masterboards again, which I know that many of you absolutely loved last year. So just so that you know, we are listening to you. Now, the challenge for this week is to create either a masterboard or a background, or both if you want to, using paints and inks. We don't want any collage in this week's project, just, paints and inks. Let me give you some ideas as to the types of things you can use. I've got here a selection of acrylic paints. You could use watercolours. You could use distress oxides, distress inks, Bombay inks, why not? Acrylic inks, that type of thing. And feel free to use stamps and stencils as well. Now, let's talk about the difference between a masterboard and a background, at least from my perspective anyway. To me, a masterboard is a master. It's something that you create to use in lots of different projects. So you would create a masterboard to use for making postcards, greetings cards, tags. I always get mine scanned and photocopied so that I can keep using them over and over again. Whereas to me, a background is made with a specific project in mind. Can either be done loose leaf or in a journal, but I know that some of you only work in your journals, so it just made more sense to do a mixture of both. So as I've said, you can choose. Now you can see I've got a selection of colours here. I've got reds and oranges and pinks, and then I've got blues and greens. I'm going to do two different colours, and I may even combine them both. We'll see how I get on. So I'm just going to put some of these onto a couple of palettes that I've got. These are just cheap chopping boards. This one is clearly cut in half. You buy these in packs from places like Poundland and places like that, but they're just absolutely great for using as a palette. So I'm going to put the pinks and reds on one and the greens and blues on another. And then I'm going to be working on some mixed media paper. This is Daler Rowney mixed media paper. I think it's 250 GSM. Have I got the cover? No, not to hand, but I'm pretty sure it's 250 GSM. But you can use anything. You could use the back of a cereal box if you want to. I've been known to do that before. So use any substrate that you like. Well, let's quickly talk about the colours that I'm using. I've got here magenta, Venetian rose, rose pink, quinacridone nickel azo gold, and tangerine. And then the blues, let me just swap those over. I have got indigo, then I've got turquoise blue and sky blue light, and then also some, is it olive as well. So those are the colours that I'm going to be using. So let me start off by using the blues. I'm going to be applying my paint using a store card. In fact, this is a hotel key card, and I'm going to go light to dark, which is why I've put them in this order. So I'm just going to start off here applying some paint, and then I might dip it into the other colour as well. And I'm just going to spread this around on my page, trying not to overthink where I'm putting it. You know how hard that is for me. And then I'm just going to add some of the darker colour as well, and just build up some kind of hopefully gorgeous background that I'll be able to turn into a masterboard. Let's try some of that lovely olive green as well. And I'm working in colour families. It's you're less likely to end up with mud if you do this. But if you have a look at any of my previous videos, I really have mixed things around. I love mixing colours. So do whatever speaks to you. Well, all I can say is I'm obsessed with paint again. I absolutely love the pages that I've created. I ended up doing 10 in the end. I think this is my absolute favourite, which was the one that you saw me do. I think I did add a couple more layers to it. It's just beautiful. The texture and the patterns are just gorgeous. I love these little speckles. Gorgeous. So that's that one there. I did this one here. Don't like that one quite so much, not as interesting as this one here, but you know, we can add to it. I love this one here as well, same technique, but just done with the pinks and the oranges and the magenta, just absolutely gorgeous. Let me hold that up so that you can see some of that gorgeous texture. This one here, I obviously still had some of the turquoise on the credit card that I was using, so that's really interesting as well. Much plainer than this one here, and it's nice to have a mix. Now this one, I've really mixed the colours up. You can see that quinacridone coming through. I love that. That's really interesting. Really like that one there. Now this one, I decided to go and grab some iridescent paints and metallics. Love that too. Isn't that just gorgeously colourful? I really like that. Again, this one here is a mix of the two as well. I really like that. That's just crying out to, you know, have loads of stamping in lots of different colours on. And then with the colours that I had, the paint that I had left right at the very end, I got these two grungy ones. Now, of course, the paint had started to go a bit muddy at this point, but I love how dark and grungy these look. So there's that one there. Let me just hold that one up. This one here, which is very, very autumnal. Love that, but you know, muddy, but you know, that's absolutely great. We can definitely do something with this. Oh, and another one as well, another blue and pink one. Now I have scanned all of these images because I just think they're absolutely beautiful as they are, and by scanning them it gives me the opportunity to use them over and over again. These two here I think are just absolutely gorgeous as they are. I love the textures that I've got going on, so I don't think I want to do anything with these at this stage. I think I'd like to take these off to the photocopiers before I do anything more, and because of COVID they're closed at the moment. Now what I would do is I would get these photocopied onto mixed media paper, which will give them a very, very similar look and texture to what I've already got here. So I'm going to pop those to one side. Now I think I'm going to start off by adding a bit more to this one here. At least, is it this one? Oh my goodness me, decisions. Let's go for this one. Now I've pulled out some colours that tie in with what's going on in the background. So I've got some of the pink that you can just see little slight touches of. I might even pull in some of the orange as well, we'll see. I've also got the pale blue light, some of the olive green and the indigo as well. Now how do I want to start off with this? I've got my Dilutions dot stencil. Hang on, I could do with some sponges. Let's just start off by adding some random dots in the pink. So I want these hanging off the page. We'll have a few over here like this, not overthinking this, trying to be a bit random. There we go. I like that. And we'll add some maybe in the centre here as well. And where else should we have some over here as well. Like that. And the pink, as I say, just works really well with the colours that we've got going on in the background. Now let's do the same with the larger Dilutions stencil, and this time I'm going to use some of the sky blue light, and I'm going to overlap where I've already got these. There we go. I like that. Maybe have some over here. And some over here as well. I want to use this stencil here, and I'm going to add some of this olive green. I think that will look nice. Again, try not to overthink where I'm putting it. And overlapping things, I think, just always makes it look more interesting. So we can overlap some of the dots that we've got over here again. See, I like that. Colours look lovely, and we'll have some down here as well. You see, I love the colours in that. That looks gorgeous, and already it's starting to look even more interesting than it did before. And how about if we add some of these crosses? Perhaps we can have this with the indigo blue. Again, we can overlap, add these in a few places, and you can see it's showing through better in some places than others. That's great. That's what we want. And I'm just going to randomly scatter. Try not to overthink where you're putting these as well. Try and be as random as you can. I find that really, really difficult. Whoops-a-daisy. Try not to smudge what you're doing as well. Let's add some more of these in the indigo as well. I think that might look quite nice. Try not to add too much paint. I did here, and you can see that it's gone underneath the stencil, but you know, that's okay. It's all good. We'll have some up here too. I like that. This is looking really cool, and maybe a few down here. I've also got this gorgeous, lovely leaf stencil, and I want to add a few leaves as well. I'm going to keep repeating those same colours. Oh, you see, I love that. We'll have another one perhaps over here, hanging off the page. That's gorgeous. And you see, the more you add, the more it starts to come to life and everything comes to together. We'll have that here. Starting to take shape now. We'll have one in the middle. Oh. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm overlapping again. I'm just adding some more of these crosses in the sky blue light. Just repeating all the lovely patterns, just being really random. I like that look. Oh, I just love how this is looking. Now, I've got some of my paintbrush covers. I just love using these. I'm just going to add just a few dots here and there over the pink ones. I think that looks really nice. And I love overlapping things as well. So if we're covering up stuff that we've already done, that's okay. Let's add some more of that pink as well. Why not? So again, we'll just add some random dots overlapping as well, because I always think that looks nice. Now, I can't leave this alone. I said to you that once I start, I just can't seem to stop. I'm going to add some more leaves in the pink as well. And I may even add some in indigo as well. Who knows? But I just think the more layers you add with this kind of thing, the better and better it just ends up becoming. I think this is gorgeous. So I'm just going to keep on adding more randomly, but trying to space them out as well. And don't these colours just look gorgeous? And that pink has really made it a whole lot brighter, in my opinion. Well, I'm calling that done. I absolutely love it. I think the colours are gorgeous, the patterns, oh my goodness me, that makes my heart sing. And as you can see, I couldn't stop at one. I've done exactly the same with the pink one as well, just lots and lots of repeat patterns. I've used exactly the same stencils. I haven't used any stamps today, just stencils, but I just think those are absolutely beautiful. course I made the plainer ones as well, and it may well be that I keep these exactly as they are because I just think those look absolutely gorgeous together. And if our printers is open, I'm not sure whether it is because of our current lockdown, but if it is, I'm going to take these off to get them photocopied onto mixed media paper. Same with this one here. I just think those are a match made in heaven. They just go so well together. And then of course I've got all of these as well. Now I'm absolutely itching to do something with that one. The colours are beautiful. These two here I'm going to save for the autumn. I just think the colours are very autumnal. Really excited about using those as well. And I don't know what I shall do with these, but you know, I shall think of something. As I say, itching to do something with this one here because the colours are just so pretty. Now, I really hope that these gorgeous pages have inspired you to go and reach for your paints and start making loads of masterboards and backgrounds. It's so therapeutic and so much fun. Just to recap, the challenge for this week is to make masterboards and backgrounds using paint, acrylics, watercolours, distress inks, distress oxides, Bombay ink, acrylic inks. No collage. We'll, you know, save that for another time. Don't go any further than doing a masterboard either. You know, we'll be doing that in a future challenge. We'll be, you know, making stuff with them. But, you know, I hope that you enjoy it as much as I have. Don't forget to go and check out Kylie's video this week as well, because no doubt she'll be sharing something completely different to what I've done here. And for anybody that wants to follow along with this challenge, I'll leave the link to the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium, in the description box below. But if you've enjoyed my video today, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate you following along for future videos, so don't forget to hit that bell notification. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.